I just got to one of the main palaces in Korea, and the nice big main entrance is under construction. I'm going to the other entrance, but I'm going to ask them before I go in if everything else is under construction, because if there's loads of construction inside, I'm not going to bother. But if it's just this front gate, I'm still going to go in. So let's go and check it out, see how much construction there is it worth going in or not. If you can only go in the secret garden on a guided tour, I'm going to have to skip it because the English one's not till 2:30. I'll see if you can go in without the guided tour. If you can, I'll pay for the garden. If you need a guided tour to go in, I'm going to skip it because it's only 12 o'clock now. I'll be waiting 2.5 hours. It's 3,000 won to get in the palace. It's 5,000 won to get into the secret garden. So that in total is 8,000 won if you do both. Just giving you the info. I bought the ticket to the palace and the secret garden. This is the palace and the secret garden one's in my pocket. The guided tour at 1 o'clock is Korean, but she said you don't have to follow the guided tour. You just had to enter at that time and you can walk around on your own. You don't have to follow the tour. So that's what I'm going to do. Why would I follow a tour in Korean? And I'm not really bothered about waiting for the guided tour because it's 2:30 in English. That's 2.5 hours from now. So, not waiting all that time. And this palace is called Gyeongbokgung Palace. So I'm going to have a look. I'm sure I came here before in 2015, because we did go to a secret garden then and it was the same. So I'm sure this is the same place. But back then, the main gate was open. It wasn't under construction. So let's get into it. Yeah. I just handed in my ticket for this palace entrance now, and they charge you separately for the secret garden and the palace. They should just charge you for both with one ticket, you know what I mean? Because on the entrance it said, like, if you want to see the secret garden only, you need to buy a general admission ticket. But you can buy a general admission ticket and skip the secret garden. So what does that tell you? You know what I mean? Got me baffled. The policy got me baffled. But anyway, the bit under construction's a bit of a bummer. I'll show what I mean. Because this big gate is lush. So they have all this construction at the entrance. But it only looks like they're maintaining this main gate. The other stuff still looks fine. So if you look over here, this part looks alright. Look, this one's not under maintenance. The secret garden's apparently 10 minutes away. I have to be there by 1. I've got 35 minutes. I'm pretty sure you can hear all the cicadas in the trees. They have similar things in Taiwan, but there must be a different insect because the noise they make is very different. There's a sign at the door saying this palace is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, which I didn't know. It's nice to know. But Korean palaces, man, the buildings are nice. It's really nice to see it, but it's just bare. It's bare empty. You see what I mean? Look, they're just bare empty. There's no out here. There's no recreation of what was going on, no nothing. Just the building, like. It's bare empty. This building looks the best one so far. It's well nice that. I would have, maybe that is the main palace building where they slept. And this is obviously the courtyard. And they've got these little tombstones as well. It does look like a main palace building, that. I just realised that last little bit I was standing talking to the microphone, but the microphone was turned off. This must be where you have an audience with the king, like the other palace in Suwon. It looks similar. You see, he would have his audience up there. This area looks like an important area, but there's still not much on show. Like there's this, like, king's seat behind us, and then out here it's just like an open courtyard. You've got to use a lot of imagination to think about what was going on. Like, I can use my imagination, but I guess some people can't, you know what I mean? Just, there's not much showing what happened other than the seat. So people would line up and that, wouldn't they? When I come here years ago, I'm sure the secret garden was the best part of this place. I am probably going to make my way there now, I think. So this part looks well good, but the design is nice. Actually, I like the design of this. But Korean designs are less extravagant than other places in Asia. It seems like they make it like look really modest, but the design is still mega. Like, don't take it that I don't think it's nice. It's good. This section is mega. Check it out. Little bridge connecting both the buildings, look. This section has been my favourite part so far. But look at it, you'll know why. It's just great. It's designed different to the front bit, and it's all connected. So all these buildings around are connected and they all follow the same design. And over here they've even got a little walkway bridge to connect the buildings. Look, I've now got myself 10 whole minutes to find the entrance to the secret garden. So there's 2 entrance gates here. There's another palace and there's a secret garden, but I'm going to give this palace a miss because I've seen 2 palaces now and they're all the same. They all seem the same. I now entered the secret garden, but I left the guided tour behind me because it's Korean. No use. I got to the first point of the secret garden. That looks nice. It's behind us there, so it looks well nice. Look at that tree in the middle. Lush. You could just chill here, couldn't you, all day if you were a king? It'll just be the same as when I was here last time, but actually I remember coming here last time thinking this secret garden is one of the best places going to see in Korea. I've become obsessed with gardens ever since I went to Japan. I am just having a look around on my bill, so I'm just walking around checking out all these places away from the tour. It's actually much nicer. Maybe if the tour was in English it would be good, but it's nice seeing all these buildings with the tour behind us. I've just been informed that Korea used to use Chinese writing back in the day, years and years ago, and that's why it has Chinese writing on the doors and that. But I'm looking at it here, it looks mint here, look behind us. Doesn't that look cushy belt there? Pure cushy belt there, that. I love how Asians use these lily pads, if they are lily pads, how they use them like this. It adds a brilliant effect to the water. And I'm going to leave this little section now, this little nice section. I think I enjoyed this bit the most so far. It's really nice. There's loads of separate buildings in here. I'm going to walk around a lot of them and go in this one now. I'm not on the guided tour obviously, so I don't know what any of them are. Looks like it might be a stable, this or something. Definitely what I'm looking at there looks like somewhere to hold animals. Through this door. Ooh, the heat is doing us in. See if I can find a sign or something. Tell me what it's meant to be. I haven't seen many signs on the individual buildings in English actually saying what they are. So at this point I'm just guessing, like, but it's all like heritage and culture, so it's worth having a look, isn't it? I just found a sign in English. It says the building I've just been in was constructed to host some kind of ceremony. In Korean name that says Jin Ja Kuri or something like that, and they hosted officials and had wine and stuff. So that's what this building was all about in front of us that I've just had a quick look in. I didn't realise you had to go through this door. It's connected to this building, look. All other directions were no entry. So you have to walk through here. You have to walk over this little hill and then it gets you to this nice little section here. Really nice. I feel like the trees are like a darker shade of green than other gardens I've been to in Asia. It's probably something to do with the climate. Probably grow different kinds of fauna is the official word. Birds are loud, aren't they? Nice here, like. As I've alluded to, I'd done my leg in before coming here. Going over that little hill usually wouldn't be a problem. It's more like a little ramp or a bump. But my left leg was absolutely cabbage patch, man. Cabbage patch means bad, pretty bad. So I've hobbled over the hill and it seems like I've got to hobble back. Seems like there's one way in, one way out. This little building in the trees looks well nice. Just sit there with a book. I guess in the past a glass of wine, chill the air shit out, right? Listen to the birds and the insects. Peace and quiet. The view here looks brilliant. Look at it. How amazing is that? So this is one of the best looking buildings in here in the palace. I'm just passing it again on my way out now. That has been the big palace in Seoul. I am now headed somewhere else. I hope you enjoyed the palace. I'll see you at the next place. See you later. I need to get out the sun. Found this cookie shop. Look at the size of them bloody cookies, man. I'm gonna give one a bash. I got this massive cookie from Belakuki's on the way to the Bukchon Hanok Village or whatever you call the damn thing. It seems a bit of a walk, so I'm gonna fill me boots, as you'd say. I gotta admit, I'm struggling with the exchange rate a little bit here. It's about $103 for this, and the woman said it's a cold cookie. $103 is probably about £2. I probably should work out the money better. I'm doing my best, but my maths is hilariously bad. I've been using my phone, but I keep forgetting the rate. Anyway, let's get on. Let's have a munch of this. See if it's worth 2 bin lids, more than 2 bin lids. Fancy cookie. Cookie open. Let's stand still so it's not shaky. A little bit weird. I think it's too thick. I did get overjoyed by the thickness of it. I think it's too thick. Anyway, I'm still going to eat it for the money I paid for it. See you at the Hanok Village, Bukchon Village or whatever it's called. A lot of this area where I'm at, it seems pretty trendy. Look, there's loads of like trendy looking shops like this. That's probably why I bought an expensive cookie, man. It's all trendy. Next place I've come to is called the Bukchon Hanok whatever village. I'm at the entrance, so to speak, to the street. And I'm going to show you it now. But one thing I noticed when I arrived to this main section where everyone is entering this little village is they've got big signs up on the shops at the entrance saying stop the curfew. I don't know what's that all about. If you're Korean and you're watching this, you're watching my bullshit, then you can tell us what does stop the curfew mean. I'm presuming the government have put a curfew on people coming here, but clearly the shops obviously don't like it because they're losing out on business. That's what I'm presuming stop the curfew means, but obviously I'm just guessing from the word stop and curfew, like, aren't I? But compared to when I came in 2015 when I come here, there was none of these stop the curfew signs. And also there's way more gift shops here than I remember. Before COVID, this was just a village. There was barely any gift shops. Now it's gift shop galore. Whoa, that's not good. So I found what it's all about. Apparently if I come up here after 5 o'clock, I can get fined 100,000 won. That's what's happening all over the world now, isn't it? So my guess is this is what the residents want, but the shops don't. So let's have a look in the restricted area before we're not allowed. So it looks like there's a shop up here, craft shop. No wonder they want to stop the curfew. Can't get any visitors, I suppose. So this is meant to be like a traditional Korean village. Actually, I should probably tell you that. This street is a dead end, but I tell you what, you can see both sides of the coin. You can see why people who live here are sick of their life, and you can see why the shops who opened up here don't want things to die down, so to speak. I best crack on. Didn't want to get fined for being in the wrong place. We've got the signs everywhere as well, look. Red zone! So you can't say you didn't know. They got it wrote in English, Chinese, looks like traditional Chinese and simplified. Look at all the people. You can see why they don't want people walking around at night like. But it's interesting seeing this village, but people still live here. Korean village, like traditional style. So it's crap now. This street have no entry, look. No entry. Not allowed up there anymore. It seems extremely anti-tourist here now. And like I told you, I can see both sides of the coin. This kind of place is good for tourism, but if you live here, you'd be pulling your hair out, man. People wandering around gawping through your window and that. Last thing you want, what's that? Red zone. This house up here looks like someone's house. This one looks pretty well maintained. So someone is living in there because they've got a sign saying, do not come up. So that's well maintained. That, look at how nice their trees are. I'm not going to stay here for long. It's really interesting to see it, but it's so crowded, and it's nice. It's nice to see it, but it seems pretty anti me being here in a way. Anyway, it's nice, but it's just crowded. This building here is well maintained. Look at it. That is nice. I bet you know, they don't look very big inside, but I bet you some of them are like a tortoise, man. I bet you once you go in there, it'll be long and narrow like a traditional Chinese house. Oh, this street is mega. I'm glad I didn't give up. This street is the tits. I am currently in a red zone, but this street looks mint. It's the best street I've seen since I come to this Bukchon Hanok Village. That's the word I was looking for. Just look at this street, man. It's pretty good. I still agree living in a tourist attraction would be dreadful, like, but you can also see why people want to come here and look at this, because there is not much of this left in Korea, I would imagine. Most of it's all glitz and glam, isn't it? There's no point in trying to get a video or a picture here with no one in it, because it's just chock-a-block, it's packed. I'm looking down the street now. If you on this street, if you look down the street or up the street, it looks belter. Look, flipped it round. That's down the street, right? Then we're pan round like this, and you can see all the little houses and that. Everyone posing for their pictures. And then up here, looks mint at the top, and then you see more at the top. I'm gonna walk to the top of this hill and see if you can get to see those houses at the top, and then I'm gonna go and find somewhere for my lunch, because I am pagad. Pagad means tired, very tired. So the view as you get higher up the street looks pretty good, like. You can also see how busy this place is, man. Busy as. Oh, you can see the tower from here as well. You see the building site. Behind the building site, that's the Seoul Tower, that. Most people here are Chinese tourists taking pictures. Some guy just told us off for talking. I'm getting told off. There's a neighbourhood sheriff. He's got a sheriff badge. He's a neighbourhood sheriff. There he is there, look. The Guardian. He told us, keep your voice down. But I do have a loud voice, to be fair to him, like. I'm a boomer. But it's nice here. Just all the people they meet in. There's signs like this everywhere telling you don't disturb the residents. So I walked all the way up here, and the building I thought looked very good. It's just a coffee shop. I'm just gonna go back down, man. A lot of places around the world are getting like this now because of over tourism. When I come, like I said, when I come here in 2015, it was much better than this. So I'm just gonna put my camera away and head somewhere else because the Guardian's coming to tell us off again. So I'll see you in another place.